Hello, and welcome to Foundations for Algebra, Unit 2A, Lesson 4. Today, scholars will solve equations with variables on both sides. Okay, so we are moving on to solving these equations with variables on both sides. So first of all, what is the goal when we're solving an equation? So when solving equations, the goal is to get all the variables together on one side of the equation and all the constants together on the other side of the equation. So that's our goal all the time when we're solving these. We sort of lose that when we're looking at some other things. But let's look at that. So if I have negative 2k equals k minus 7 minus 8, you'll notice I have variables on both sides. So I have a variable over here, I have minus 2k, and over here I have 1k. I also have constants. Constants are just numbers, okay? So I have negative 7 and negative 8. My goal is to get all my variables on one side and all my constants on the other. Remember, constants are just numbers. So how could we do that? We're going to use the exact same properties that we used for all of our other equations. So in order to get this 3x and the 5x together, I have to get them to go to the other side. The only way to do that is to add or subtract them. So I don't care where mine goes, so I'm going to use my subtraction property of equality, and I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. So here I have 3x minus 3x plus 4 equals 5x minus 3x minus 2. So you see what I added there was I added this minus 3x on both sides. So then I can combine those. So here I can combine all of these together, and here I can combine this together. So my next line looks like 4 equals 2x minus 2. And that was just combining like terms. Well, so now I've got all my variables together. Now I have to get all of my constants, my numbers together. In order to do that, I need to move this constant to the other side. Well, to get rid of minus 2, I simply do the opposite. The opposite of minus 2 is adding 2. So I'm going to use my addition property of equality to add 2 to both sides. So I have 4 plus 2 equals 2x minus 2 plus 2. So you can see very clearly, I just did this plus 2 on each side. Now I'm going to combine my like terms. I can combine the plus 2 at the left with the 4. I can combine this plus 2 with the minus 2. So my next line will look like, I have, sorry about that. I have 6 equals 2x. Again, that was combining like terms. Well, now I'm down to a one-step equation. All I'm going to do is use my division property of equality and divide both sides by 2. So I have 6 divided by 2 equals 2x divided by 2. Nice and simple, 3 equals x when I simplify. So this took more steps, but it's just the same as the other equations that we've been doing. Okay, so let's look at this one. The first thing we want to do is combine like terms. So I'm going to highlight some like terms I can combine. Here, I can combine my 7m and my negative 6m. I could also combine my minus 7 and my minus 16. So when I rewrite this down below it, I have 7m minus 6m is just m. And minus 7 and minus 16 gives me minus 23 equals 1 plus 4m. All I did there was combine like terms. Please remember you have to list your properties on the right. The next thing I want to do is I am going to subtract m from both sides. I'm going to SPE. I'm going to SPE my variable m. So I have m minus 23 equals 1 plus 4m minus m. Again, I'm going to highlight the things I'm going to combine are right here and right here. So my next line tells me I have minus 23 or negative 23 equals 1 plus 3m. Then I am going to subtract 1 from each side because I want to get all my constants on that left side. So I have negative 23 minus 1 equals 1 minus 1 plus 3m. Again, these are the things I can combine. So when I combine my like terms, negative 23 minus 1 is negative 24 equals 3m. Next I'm going to do is I'm going to use my division property of equality, and I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides. So I have negative 24 divided by 3 equals 3m divided by 3. When I simplify that, over here I'm just left with m. Negative 24 divided by 3 gives me negative 8. Once again, more steps, but I'm doing the same math. Let's try another one. Okay, so again, we're going to list our properties. We want to get all of our variables together on one side, all of our constants together on the other. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to SPE the letter P. So I have 11 plus 2P minus P equals P minus P plus 4. The P minus P will go together, and the 2P minus P will go together. So I have 11 plus P equals 4 when I combine my like terms. Next, I'm just going to subtract the 11 from both sides. 11 minus 11 plus P equals 4 minus 11. When I combine my like terms, again, these will combine, 11 minus 11 and 4 minus 11 both combine. So I end up with P equals 4 minus 11 gives me negative 7. One more problem and then you're on your own. Here, once again, I'm going to want to combine my like terms first. So here I can see that these will combine. So the first thing I'm going to do is combine them. So I have 3 plus 5n equals 2n plus 15. So I'm going to subtract my 5n from both sides. So I have 3 plus 5n minus 5n equals 2n minus 5n plus 15. 5n minus 5n will combine, and 2n minus 5n will combine. So I'm left with 3, CLT, equals negative 3n plus 15. So these should each be down one row. I CLT'd first. Sorry, guys. So this should be CLT. That should be SPE CLT. Okay. So my next step is I need to get all my constants over. So to move this plus 15, I'm simply going to subtract 15 from both sides. So I have 3 minus 15 equals negative 3n plus 15 minus 15. Again, these will combine, and these will combine. So 3 minus 15 is negative 12 equals negative 3n. Then I need to divide both sides by negative 3. So I have negative 12 divided by negative 3 equals negative 3n divided by negative 3. So negative divided by negative gives me a positive 4 equals n when I simplify. Okay, so those were your practice problems. You have some more on your worksheet. Complete your practice, and I will see you all in class. Let me know if you have any questions.